What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the Seez Monroe Show. I am your host, and today we're here to talk about Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
This can't all be true.
Every word.
CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
He gassed a security briefing.
That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here.
If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan?
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised.
Everything you are, everything you've done, has come to this.
You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Now, before I get this review started, I just wanted to start off by saying, no, I have not found my Stitch shirt yet for some odd reason. This is weird. I've been looking for it for the past couple of days. I just don't understand. Like, if I didn't need this shirt, it'd be around. That's neither here nor there. Getting into this film, this is the 8th Mission Impossible film. On top of that, this is supposed to be the final Mission Impossible film. On top of that, this is part 2 of a 2-part film from Dead Reckoning to The Final Reckoning. Now, before I even get into any spoilers in this film, I just want you guys to go ahead and click away now. But I feel like you pretty much know what's going to happen in these Mission Impossible movies. They kind of give you a gist of what's going on in the trailers. You've seen Dead Reckoning by now, so obviously you're here for a reason. All right, so this is a continuation from Dead Reckoning. Starting off in this film, I didn't feel that it was a continuation. I just felt like it was a lot of things going on in the beginning of the film, and it was just rushed through. I'm just going to start off by saying this again. This is a spoiler. I don't remember anything happening to Vin Rames in the last film where he needs to be bedridden. So that was weird. That's just to start it off. So maybe there's a deleted scene out there somewhere that I'm just missing what's going on with that. Secondly, this is the second film I've seen this week, and just looking at the way things are going as far as like the speed of how they're trying to kick these films off, it just feels off. It just feels like you're rushing through something because you're trying to get somewhere. And with this film, it being damn near 3 hours, I get it. But in Lilo and Stitch, I didn't understand why they needed to do that. We already understand what's going to happen in this film. Like I said before, it's kind of mirroring the animated series, or the animated film. So, and with Dead Reckoning, you have a 2-hour, 45-minute runtime. Go ahead and push the limit. Go ahead and give us the 3-hour film. Don't rush through the beginning, because it just seemed like we were in a lot of places all at once, and it was nowhere that we wanted to be at that time. It was just sloppy. All right. that's number 3. Just watching this film, let's start over. Going into this film, I just felt like it's going to be another action-packed film. Dead Reckoning wasn't my favorite Mission Impossible film, and I remember not liking Dead Reckoning when it first came out. And when I went back and rewatched it recently, I didn't mind it. I thought it was an okay film. This film, I just felt like it was missing something. Like it just felt like the intensity wasn't there. There is a submarine scene. The intensity does get me there. And I feel like if you go see this, you got to see it on a big screen because there's that submarine scene is very like, it draws you in like pretty heavy. And that's about an hour and a half into the film. So just be on the lookout for that. This film just felt like it was very lackluster. There wasn't a lot of storytelling in it. There was things that were that was happening like hostage situations where we didn't know where the culprits came from. It was just weird. Like it was just stuff thrown in there, knowing that, hey, this is our last Mission Impossible film. So we're going to throw this all at you. That's why I really feel like it's the last Mission Impossible film, because they just threw a bunch of shit in there. And honestly, a lot of it didn't need to be in there. You throw culprits in there that you don't have any plans for later on in this film. It was just weird. Like, I didn't know where they were going with this. Now, this film was shot back to back with Dead Reckoning, and it was shot during COVID. And I'm pretty sure they had a lot of rewrites going on. I don't know if they got a chance to do reshoots because the last film did so badly. So I'm trying to give this movie the benefit of the doubt, but those are some of the things that stuck out first and foremost, that I was just like, yeah, this is not going to be on the top 5 Mission Impossible films for sure. Like, this is definitely low on the totem pole here. Ghost Protocol being number 1, by the way. Then Fallout, and we'll talk about that another time. This film is definitely something that you have to go see, especially if you've seen the other Mission Impossible films. It's just pretty much connecting everything over the last 30 years of Mission Impossible. So definitely go check it out. I'm going to give this movie a solid 6. It was a good watch. I don't feel like it was... If you didn't see any of the other Mission Impossible films, I wouldn't say, hey, you had to go see this one. It's just not that type of film. But because you've already bought into the lore of Mission Impossible and stuff like that, kind of like Hunger Games, Twilight, things of that nature, you already started this, you got to finish it, right? So that's what Final Reckoning is. So there you have it. It's a lot of stuff going on in there. It's not enough action for me personally. It's Tom Cruise. He's a pilot, so you know the flight scene was going to happen. The fight scenes, there is literally a fight scene at the beginning of the movie where it cuts away from the fighting and goes into noises. So I was just like, did they just not go and pay the fight choreographer for this? Maybe this is one of those parts where they were shooting early in the pandemic and they couldn't get a good fight choreographer at the time. It was kind of tacky. That's the thing. It was like some of this stuff was put in this film. It felt forced and it felt sloppy and it felt tacky. And it was just like, where's this stuff coming from? Because normally Mission Impossible films have a very cohesive storyline. And I guess breaking this last film into 2 films wasn't the best thing to do because I feel like it lost some of that cohesiveness. And I know what you guys are thinking. Maybe I missed something on the first film that I'm not catching that they were throwing back to on the first one. No, it's not that. I literally just watched the first film just to refresh myself on it before I went to go see Final Reckoning. And yeah, it's just not there, unfortunately. But 6 out of 10, solid. It's a solid film because again, it's a healthy meal, but you don't want to eat that meal all the time. I feel like that's a bad analogy there. It's a healthy meal, and I guess you need your veggies. I don't know. It was a good film, but I wouldn't jump for joy over it. It was a solid film. Let's say that. It was a solid film. All right. So there you have it. 6 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think of this film. Are you going to see it this weekend? Do you appreciate that Tom Cruise has been doing this for 30 years, almost 30 years at this point? And there's going to be some callbacks to the first film, which I thought was great. It's just because you're a fan of the series, these things kind of stick out a lot. And I thought that was really good that they did that. I just felt like it was a lot going on in this film, but just not enough at the same time. It's like what was going on wasn't enough to keep your attention, and what needed to go on to keep your attention, just there wasn't enough of it. So there you have it, all right? Definitely go check it out this weekend. If you don't, let me know why. If you do, put it in the comments with your thoughts on the film, all right? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll see you next week for the Seez Monroe Show. Peace.